Welcome to Thriving Tribesmen. My name is Curry, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. Today, I'm going to be talking about a little bit about my weekend, and it was a sensational weekend. I managed to get home fairly early in the morning after work. That's after 12 hours of working, and if you just include the drive, that was 2 hours drive. So that's 14 hours of me outside, and my daughter was meant to be going skating, so she was going to go skating with a friend, and then they would come back to my house. Now, my daughter's bedroom is still a mess and still looks like a baby's bedroom, since we haven't really redecorated it since she was a baby. So she was embarrassed that she was going to bring a friend back to this bedroom that looks like a baby, and I decided as soon as I woke up, that was probably after 2 hours sleep, that I was just going to try and redecorate it in 4 hours. So I very much got some paint, and got some other my wife and I also got some other bits in order to decorate as well. So I went through the process of really taking everything out, and then having to sand the walls, and then having to prepare the walls, and then started painting. And pretty much I got everything done before they arrived. In fact, as soon as they arrived, the paint was still drying. And through that whole process, we're doing it, and my wife was helping at some point. And there were times when we were doing it, like just fixing the bedroom and so on. There's a time when she got a little bit frustrated, and she started venting. Now, when she starts venting, I would take it personal, and then I would my anger would come, and then I would start venting too, and then we'll just get into this cycle. And then all of a sudden, while we're just venting about the situation, or she was venting about the situation, it becomes personal, and then our relationship will suffer for the next few hours. We're not talking together because we've just gotten into this argument, and really it's an argument over nothing. When she experiences pressure and she feels overwhelmed, she vents, but not particularly at me. Whether it's me or she's annoyed at me, really I would just take it all personal, and I would just add to it because I'm like trying to hold my ground. And a few years ago, I realized that didn't help anyone, because none of us would enjoy the rest of the day. She would vent, and then I would vent back, and then we'll get into this back and forth, and then all of a sudden, for the next 6 hours, we're not talking together, and then we've got this 6 hours of lost time between us. And I realized that sometimes she's just venting. Just give her space to do so. And within a few minutes, when she did, she'd calm down. And more importantly, I didn't take it personal. I just took it as, oh, she's venting, just leave it to be, and so on. She processed whatever she needed to process. And once that was out of her system, we just continued. And we had an outstanding day. I mean, even after that, we finished all of that. The girl that came over ended up asking her mom for them to sleep over at her house. So we ended up being childless pretty much most of Saturday, and we got to go out for dinner, impromptu dinner day, and everything was nice and smooth, and what a loving couple should be. And I'm not saying this in order for me to brag, but it's more for you to actually see that there is small things that happen that have got a massive impact on the rest of your weekend. And sometimes we just internalize things that are not worth internalizing. I mean, if she was saying, look at you, you made this mistake and you're a fool and you're stupid, that's completely different to, this is annoying me, and I don't know why this is like this. And she's really just pointing out something that is annoying, that I can see that is annoying, and just because she's venting, I'm not taking it personal. Before I used to take it personal, because I came from an environment where I got shouted a lot at as a child, and the way people were parenting me. So I started trying to avoid it, and people were quite abusive with words. So whenever somebody shouts and I'm the only one there, I take it very personal. I used to take it very personal. Now I don't, and especially in a relationship, my wife will vent, which is fine, because that's how she processes what's going on. And now, because I understand that, I now know that when she does, as long as she's not saying I've done it and she's pointing a finger, it's got nothing to do with me. She's just her processing a situation. I mean, I can see what she's venting about. So again, but most people would then say, why are you shouting at me? And we internalize it and then sort of put it on her, and then you get into this argument. Then all of a sudden you've lost pretty much your whole weekend angry at each other over absolutely nothing. So very, very important lesson. If you're wondering what happened in terms of the sex, amazing. Good, I think almost 3 weeks. We just didn't have time we were still seducing each other. We're still playful and doing everything else, but we just never had time to do it. So it was 2 days in a row, no problem, because we had all that time. The more time we didn't have for kids, the more, because that when we made time. So it just goes to show that if I internalized it that Saturday and then got angry, that would have shut up shop for getting candy. So there's a lesson in there, and hopefully you can take the lesson from it. And it's something that is very, very important when you start thinking about relationships, like just taking a note of how does your partner process a negative situation? How does she process anger? How does she process stress? When she gets stressed, does she verbalize it? And if she blames you, do you just take it in cool, calm stance? And that's the other part about it, because I was really cool and relaxed about it. It helped her to calm down, because I was non-reactive. She probably wanted me to get to feed off of my emotion, that if I get angry, then she can get even more angry. And then sometimes people do get angry and vent. And if you raise up to their level of anger, it also then gives them a target to say, yeah, I'm angry at you. So again, it's a very, very important part to understand that when things get stressful and they're doing your job together, or she starts venting, that you don't take it personal. So thank you very much for listening. Hopefully that's helpful for somebody. Take care.